Okay, so the first thing I've done out in the tunnel is I've put in little stones in the top of these. I was getting some weeds growing through. I think this might be a good way of dealing with it. As you can see here, we've got loads of little weeds coming through. An update on the plants. The little potato we got here is looking a little bit greener, but some of these, I think it's just too cold for it. It was a volunteer, it was a try. This one looks a little bit better. These were just two potatoes that were in my storage that had sprouted, so I just put them in there to just see how they went. Obviously not very well. And then we got the cabbages. They're starting to get all of their secondary leaves on. Let's see if I can get a decent picture. There we go. So that's the second set of leaves on there. There we go. You have to long press on the screen. Oh yeah, I'm still learning how to use this camera. So these are the Gheetal cabbages. Gradually growing. Pak Choi is starting to come through. I've not put stones in these yet. Oh, and the other thing we've got, which are probably doing a bit better, is the strawberries we put in last week. So they're looking okay. As you'd expect, they're quite a cold weather plant. So yeah, transferring those over hasn't killed them, which is good. Okay, so what we're going to do, and I'm going to start this work today, is we're going to take this overflow system which isn't working. We're going to use more 40mm pipe, the grey stuff, and just take it back up here and into the sump underneath. And then in the sump we're going to get, I've got a small pond pump which I need to take a look at. It does cause the RCD to blow at the moment. I think it might be the plug. Is to have that in the sump, going up, along, and feeding into this pipe here, which will then feed these two. So the pump's going to be in there, we're just going to have a pipe running down like underneath one of these. So that's my short-term solution for the grow beds, and I think any further grow beds we do on there will be on the same pump. And I'll probably put that on a timer so that it's on every, an hour a day or whatever, just to flush through the beds and refresh them with nutrients, rather than having them on a constant overflow, which is what I was planning. And then as soon as that's done, this pipe's going to come out along the bottom and into the sump. There'll probably be a raised overflow of some sort there, and that'll be that. So the other thing I've been thinking about quite hard is this bend here. See, having talked to a few people on Facebook who are much more knowledgeable about the wicking planters, I think what I need to do is just take this off and just have it flowing like directly down, and have that for both beds, so there's water running through the bottom, but not as in this case there's probably about that much water in there. In fact, on like cold nights you can see like a line around here where the cold water causes condensation around the outside of the tank. So there's a good, like, that's half full of water almost. Obviously the plants are okay, but the plants in these have been growing very slowly. So the kale in here is doing much better than it was before. And it is doing better than the ones in the grow bags, actually. I think because these have, because I'm not refilling this with fresh water, I think they might have a bit of a nutrient deficiency. In fact, you can see that in the Pak Choi. It's got very pale leaves, which as far as I know is a nitrogen deficiency. So I need to check that. Okay, so the only other thing that I want to talk about out here is the bottom of this. It was talking to Brett Pitchard, who builds lots of wicking grow beds in Australia. We're talking about having like the corrugated irrigation hose running all the way along, with the weed-proof matting around it to stop any soil and stuff going into the tube, and then basically having the whole thing filled with like kind of wicking grow bed mixed soil all the way down to the bottom with no stones in the bottom. Got a very good link for that. I'll stick that down the bottom of the screen. and in the description, which was quite useful for explaining the pros and cons of having stones in the bottom of grow beds. These have stones. These have stones for about the first 3-4 inches. Actually, you can see just there the condensation that was underneath the bubble wrap there. And that's caused, I think, because the water's colder than the soil, and you can see that's roughly where the water level is in there, which is way too high. So I'm going to change the little overflow down here so that it lets out much less water. Okay, so this is the pond pump. It looks like it's okay at this end. I'm probably going to take it apart and see what happens anyway. And this plug looks good, so we're going to take that off. Okay, so we're back. I had to go and find myself a new plug. Okay, so I've replaced the plug on the pond pump. I did a test to measure the resistance between the earth and the live and the neutral wires. Sorry, the live and the neutral pins on the plug. That's going to result in a 0.23 milliamp current going to earth, which might have been high enough to trip our power when it was being weird. But it should be alright now. So, we're going to wait for the opportunity and then plug it in and try it. Okay, new plug. Lights. Well, that kind of works. Maybe I need to clean out the impeller, but that works. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that works, but it makes a lot of noise. So what I'm going to do is pop off the filter housing here and find out what's actually making all that rattling noise. So it should be a case of just pulling one of these tabs out. Maybe having the right tool for this would help. I don't really have the right tool for this. There we go. That slides out. So you can look down into the impeller there. That should just pop off. Okay. So there doesn't seem to be any problem there.
You done the chickens?
No.
No, okay.
So there doesn't seem to be any problem there. I wonder if I just plug it in and try it. Let me open up my laptop so I've got some light just in case this does the power. Ah, that's interesting. So you can see it's bouncing in and out. Okay, so what appears to be happening is this whole thing seems to be bouncing in and out. So I'm not really sure how to solve this. If anyone's had a similar experience with a pump in the past, I'd be interested to see what your solution was. So yeah, answers on a postcard. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Unfortunately I didn't get the pump fixed, which I need to have a think about that and have a look online to see if there's this is a common problem with these pumps or not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video there. This is the day 25 update. Thanks for watching. We've taken a quick look around the polytunnel. I know I've not done much in there for a while. And yeah, so the plan is to put the grow bag beds on their own pump, so we're going to do that over the next few days. It might just mean that I have to go and buy another pump. I'd rather not, but that might be it. Okay, thanks for watching guys, see you tomorrow.